أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على مبعوث رحمة للعالمين محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبع بلسان بدين. إخوتي الأفاضل السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. That's not the best. I believe you want to go to Hajj, don't you?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's still not good yet. Nah. You're not ready yet. You're not ready. It looks like we're going to get someone else. Bring those people to take your place. Ready? Allah call us as what? What are we called in our religion? We are Muslims. It's from Salam, huh? It's in Salam. And Allah call Islam, our deen, what? Islam. And Allah call Al-Jannah, Daru Salam, peace. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, when the people of Al-Jannah will enter, as they want to enter Al-Jannah, they said to them, Salamun alaykum tibtum fadkhuluha khalidin. Now I'm giving you salam, then you want to give the best to me. And even Allah said in the Quran that فَإِذَا حُيِّيتُمْ بِتَحِيَّةٍ فَحَيُّوا بِأَحْسَنِ مِنْهَا أَوْ رُدُّوهَا. If you are greeted with the greetings of Islam, greet likewise or better. Alright? So now I want to get that better from you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That's good. I believe some of you did not eat fufu, whatever, and all this stuff. I guess if you have eaten all this right now here, cassava leaf. No cassava leaf in Makkah. Don't worry. Okay. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam wa sallallahu. We thank Allah and the peace and blessings be upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. My dear respectable brothers, fathers, mothers, and sisters in the deen, welcome to the North Brixton Islamic Cultural Center here this evening, as we are few weeks away from departure to the land of Mecca and Medina. May Allah make it easier for all of us. May Allah accept your Hajj and grant all of you Al-Jannah. Today is the first session for the Hujjaj and everyone after Ramadan. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, we've all gathered to make sure we are spiritually, emotionally, and as well physically actually, to prepare ourselves, then head into the Holy Land. With me, I have my dearest, beloved father and the man himself. I call him Uncle Father Zakaria. Sheikh, can you say salam to the Ummah, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
As you see him when he's in Mecca, don't come to him with problems. He will just keep looking at you like that. You say, what? Nothing. He'll say, please. Right? And then by me, I have Alaji Gharba, the man himself. When he have problem, come to him. Don't come to me. Right? Say salam to the Ummah, Shaykh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. Daddy. MashaAllah. You see, I couldn't stop. I said daddy. MashaAllah. One of our best judges last year, he's here. He's daddy. Yes, my uncle. Welcome. And with me, I have, of course, as you can see the other side, my dearest beloved father, the Sheikh, the Chief Imam, Sheikh Dr. FAISAL BOADI. Sheikh, salam to the Ummah. And for me, mashallah, you're students, huh? Okay. YUSUF. Today, we have very important topic to talk about. And we're going to have 3 sessions. Very intensive. Please don't miss these sessions. Before we start, I want to remind you all. When we look at the notice or announcements or information we sent to you about the session today. What time was it? Stated? What time?
6
Are we
o'clock.
sure? Is it 7?
6 o'clock.
You sure? I wanted to make sure, you know. Can someone look at it? Yeah, I just want to make sure you look at it. Is it 6?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah, it's
6 to what?
8.
Not 7 to 9:30. It's 6 to 8:30.
That's why I was watching.
Okay, you know why I'm saying this? On a very serious note, those who are late here, they will be late there. And may Allah distance that away from us.
Amen.
Very important. Those who are late here. Even in the Quran, Allah said, "As-sabiquna sabiqun, ulaika al-muqarrabun." Those who take lead here in terms of good deeds, they take lead over there. Please, I'm begging you, don't be late anymore. Very important. I beg you, for the sake of Allah. Time is your life. And that's why Sufyan al-Thawri said, not Sufyan al-Thawri, one of the, anyway, he escaped me. He said, Ya ibn Adam, he said, oh, you the son of Adam, innama anta al-ayyam, the days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, you are. Kullama dhahaba yawm, whenever the day passes by, dhahaba ba'duk, part of you is gone, it will never come back. Yesterday is gone, Wallahi, it will never come back. And what you did for yesterday, you will see it Yawm al-Qiyamah. So I'm begging you, for the sake of Allah, don't be among the latecomers. When they say Al-Jannah, you have to take the lead. May Allah accept it.
Amen.
So you're all anxious, yeah? To see Makkah? Makkah wants to see you. Make sure you give us our money first. Joking. Alright. So what we're going to do, we have sessions, we're going to do the theory of Hajj and the practical. We're going to show you how to do the Ihram, where we'll be going. We're going to have PowerPoints here, show you visually, and all the injunctions, what you need to do, what you shouldn't do. All this you're going to learn it. So when you get to Medina and Mecca, if you don't see me, if you don't see Alhaji Garba, you don't see any of the Imams, any of the organizers with you or by you, you will be able to do it. That's why we do these sessions, and you don't get it anywhere. You don't. The only time they gather people is when they want to give them their passport. So please, we'll be giving you updates, information of what you need and how far we are as we continue. Please, don't be hasty, just be patient. In Mecca and Medina, you need a lot of patience. If you don't have some, please go to the hospital. You see how people, they call them patients because they have to stay, wait for the doctor. May Allah make it easier for them. Yeah? So inshallah, that's what we're going to do. So please take notes, if you can. And if you have any question, please do feel free to ask. Before I go to the Quran, I would, actually I'm going to start first with the Quran. After we recite the Quran, then I will go to the head of the organizers to tell us whatever information he has for us, and then I will go to Alhaji Garba, and then I will go to the Sheikh himself to take us through all what we need to know. Bi-idhnillah. So if you have the Quran, can you please open? Actually, let me go to them first, inshallah. So I'm going to Alhaji Uncle Zakaria to tell us whatever information he has, and we take it from there, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala.
Assalamu alaikum. First and foremost, I have to thank members of the NBICC in conjunction with Bab Salam for organizing this year's Hajj. And my special thanks to Sheikh YUSUF for his busiest period. We've been chasing him about just to know what is going on. Then Alhaji Garba too for his own effort too regarding the Hujjaj who are traveling with us. And lastly, I will have to thank the lady behind the scene who is organizing all the paperwork, Abdul Ghaffar Mod. First of all, I have to confirm to you that we are traveling by Gulf Air. And our traveling date is on the 1st of August at 10 a.m. So everybody has to be at the airport terminal 4 by 6 or to 7 a.m. And we'll be leaving London Heathrow to Bahrain at 10, then we reach Bahrain at 6:20. Then when we get to Bahrain, we have what they call transfer for 22 hours. So they will ferry us from the airport to the hotel to have our breakfast, our dinner. Then the following day we have our breakfast, then our lunch, then the coach will come back and pick us up from Bahrain airport right to Medina. The good thing is that previous years when we travel, we reach Medina early in the morning and our hotel is not ready till about 4 or 5 people will hang about, they are tired. But luckily now, the stopover in Bahrain will cut off all these problems. By the time we get to Medina, our hotel will be ready. And I'm sure Alhaji Garba will organize, he normally organizes the rooms, which he will do before we get to Medina, inshallah. So that is all what I've got at the moment. So anything you want to ask during the seminar, I will answer you, or Alhaji Garba will answer you, or Sheikh YUSUF. Thank you very much.
As you can hear from the man himself, he doesn't talk that much. Inshallah, very humble, nice man. May Allah reward him. He's doing a lot. May Allah bless him and his family. Without much ado, I'll go to Alhaji Garba, who will tell you, don't take 20 kilo with you. Okay, let's go to Alhaji Garba.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Normally, what we always do is in terms of advising the Hujjaj on the logistics of Hajj. Because in Hajj is somewhere that you've got to be very meticulous in relation to things that you take along with you, what you need to wear, what you need to put on, and even the food you need to eat. Because sometimes if you're not careful, there are lots of people within and around. Picking up bags can be very easy. So my role, or the role of the organizers, is really to keep you in terms of giving out the relevant information, what you need to do, how you need to do things, and what you need to do. Again, we are at your service. You can access any questions that you want. We will also do a welfare check. Like my brother was saying a moment ago, the stopover in Bahrain, even though it's longer, it gives us an opportunity for the group to be together. Even in London, we don't get an opportunity for all the 50 of us to be together. So my plan is normally the organizing that we used to do in the hotel in Medina, we'll do that in Bahrain, because in Bahrain, all of us will be together. That is when we allocate rooms. So as soon as we get to Medina, we arrive at 6:30, that is Maghrib time. Normally by the time we get out of the airport, will be about Isha, so we may not be praying Isha in Haram. But obviously we'll pray Maghrib and possibly Isha at the airport. They've got a big mosque, very beautiful mosque at the airport. By then, by the time we get to the hotel, we know exactly whom we share the rooms with. Because the room allocation are normally done on the basis of people who have come together and gel together as group. As the group begins to progress, you can see that people are knowingly or unknowingly aligned to one or two people. So that is how we configure, and then you say, oh, me and this person would like to be together, or this and this are going to be together. So that's what we're going to do in Bahrain, and also we give you some advice and we summarize what we're going to be doing in Medina. So by the time we get to Medina in the evening, most of you might have been very tired. We have a dinner and you sleep. If you want to go and do visit, because the mosque is open 24 hours, so you can even go to the mosque and do your salam and familiarize yourself with the environment. Again, as I said, we will give you all the necessary guidance as we proceed, as we go along. But for now, let's concentrate on understanding the session according to Islamic perspective and what we're going to be doing. That's why we have Sheikh FAISAL and Sheikh YUSUF to guide us through all this momentum of Hajj. Thank you very much.
MashaAllah. May Allah reward you, my Sheikh. MashaAllah. Make sure you don't take that paper, how do you call it, the Ghanaian paper? Shito. Shito. Don't take Shito. So many people take Shito. You can take Shito, don't worry. As long as you don't put your eyes. That's fine. Alright, may Allah reward you, my Sheikhs. Now, please, if you have the Quran, can you go to chapter 22, Surah Hajj, the Surah of Hajj, chapter 22.
6.
Okay, 956 page, yeah?
956.
So if you have the Quran, go to chapter 22, Surah Al-Hajj. There are some who have Quran, the big ones. You go to page 956. We're going to start from verse 26, chapter 22, and the verse, I'm going to start from verse 26. Ready? Alright. As usual, what I do, I will recite these verses to you and narrate the nutshell meaning of this ayat. Thereafter, I will pass the mic to the Sheikh and will dwell into them one by one by giving you the information. And today, the topic, the theme of what we're going to do, we're going to look at the significance of Hajj. The significance of Hajj. Why is Hajj? Or why Hajj? And why are you going? What do you want? What do you want to achieve? And etc. That's what we're going to look at today. May Allah accept it for myself and you all. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذ بوأنا لإبراهيم مكان البيت ألا تشرك بي شيئا وطهر بيتي للطائفين والقائمين والركع السجود وأذن في الناس بالحج يأتوك رجالا وعلى كل ضامر يأتين من كل فج عميق ليشهدوا منافع لهم ويذكر اسم الله في أيام معلومات على ما رزقهم من بهيمة الأنعام فكلوا منها وأطعموا البائس الفقير ثم ليقضوا تفثهم وليوفوا نذورهم وليطوفوا بالبيت العتيق ذلك ومن يعظم حرمات الله فهو خير له عند ربه وأحلت لكم الأنعام إلا ما يتلى عليكم فاجتنبوا الرجس من الأوثان واجتنبوا قول الزور حنفاء لله غير مشركين به ومن يشرك بالله فكأنما خر من السماء فتخطفه الطير أو تهوي به الريح في مكان صحيق ذلك ومن يعظم شعائر الله فإنها من تقوى القلوب لكم فيها منافع إلى أجل مسمى ثم محلها إلى البيت العتيق. Allah says, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. وَإِذْ بَوَّأْنَا لِإِبْرَاهِيمَ. Allah said, and remember or behold, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pointed for Ibrahim, Makan al-Bayt, the sides of the sacred house. And that is the Al-Kaaba that you will be seeing, inshallah, in 3 to 4 weeks' time. You will be seeing that word. May Allah make it easier for myself and you all. Amen. Allah said, I made it clear to him and to you going, أَلَّا تُشْرِكْ بِي شَيْئًا. Do not associate Allah with a partner. When you go there, don't take your handkerchief. Don't take whatever. Keep rubbing it. Take some kind of cloth you have it, rub it on the Al-Kaaba, saying this I will take it, I will be rubbing myself, I become blessed. Don't do that. Don't do it. You go in there to purify yourself and to give glory to Allah. Allah said, don't join him with a partner. وَطُهِّرْ بَيْتِي, and purify, sanctify the house. لِلطَّائِفِينَ, for those who come and go round the Al-Kaaba. وَالْقَائِمِينَ, and those who stand there by the Al-Kaaba in prayers. وَرُكَّعِ السُّجُودِ, and those who come and bow down and prostrate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأَذِّنْ فِي النَّاسِ, announce to all mankind. بِالْحَجِّ, for them to come and perform pilgrimage. For them to come and perform Hajj. يَأْتُوكَ, they will come to you. رِجَالًا, they will come and walk towards you on their feet. وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ يَأْتِينَ مِنْ كُلِّ فَجٍّ عَمِيقٍ, they will come to you from all over the mountains, all parts. Some of them, they have their camels coming to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لِيَشْهَدُوا مَنَافِعَ لَهُمْ, they come to witness that which will benefit them. وَيَذْكُرُ اسْمَ اللَّهِ, and they come to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to glorify Him. وَيَذْكُرُ اسْمَ اللَّهِ فِي أَيَّامٍ مَعْلُومَاتٍ, in the appointed days. Hajj is just for few days, not all the days that you go in there, for few days. So you go in there to sanctify Allah and glorify Him. عَلَى مَا رَزَقَهُمْ مِنْ بَهِيمَةِ الْأَنْعَامِ, for that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided you, like cattle and etc. فَكُلُوا, Allah said, eat from it. فَكُلُوا مِنْهَا, eat from it. وَأَطْعِمُوا الْبَائِسَ الْفَقِيرِ, and feed the distressed ones amongst the poor servants. ثُمَّ لِيَقْضُوا تَفَثَهُمْ, and complete the rites prescribed for yourself. وَلِيُوفُوا نُذُورَهُمْ, and you fulfill all your vows. وَلِيَطَوَّفُوا بِالْبَيْتِ الْعَتِيقِ, then you have to go around the house, the Al-Kaaba, 7 times, which we will demonstrate to you. Inshallah, you will see it as well physically when we demonstrate it. ذَلِكَ, indeed, such is وَمَنْ يُعَذِّبْ حُرُمَاتِ اللَّهِ, anyone who guard and honor the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِ, that is the best for you to your Lord, the best for you to Allah. Guard yourself on the path, be on the path. وَأُحِلَّتْ لَكُمُ الْأَنْعَامِ إِلَّا مَا يُتْلَى عَلَيْكُمْ, all animals are lawful to you except that which Allah has prohibited amongst them. فَاجْتَنِبُوا الرِّجْسَ مِنَ الْأَوْثَانِ, Allah said, abstain from the rijs, the filthy of the awthan, the idols. Do shirk, abstain from it, because it destroys you and destroys your Hajj. وَاجْتَنِبُوا, listen to this, وَاجْتَنِبُوا, and abstain قَوْلَ الزُّورِ, false statements. Some of us, we want to be English and language. Why do I say that? Akramakumullah, we are used to these words that we utter all the time, but we don't know their meaning. Be careful of what you say. Don't swear at anyone. The Sheikh is coming to that. Don't see someone short like me, say, look how short Yusuf is. Don't. They keep laughing when I say Yusuf. It's serious. They'll be sitting like this. You're going to see all type of human being. You will see the one like 3 times of me, like me here. 3 times of me, I mean. Huh? And they say, hey, nobody's taller. Your Hajj is in danger. That's all. And Allah said, حُنَفَاءَ لِلَّهِ غَيْرَ مُشْرِكِينَ بِهِ, be or render your worship only to Allah, purely, and don't associate Him with a partner. وَمَنْ يُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ, anyone who joins Allah with a partner, فَكَأَنَّمَا خَرَّ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ فَتَخْطَفُهُ الطَّيْرُ أَوْ تَهْوِي بِهِ الرِّيحُ فِي مَكَانٍ سَهِيقٍ. It's like something that fell from the sky, dead meat, right? And then what happened? The wind comes and takes it, blows away. It's useless, meaning your worship has no worth to Allah because of your shirk. ذَلِكَ, indeed such is وَمَنْ يُعَذِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ, anyone who honor the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَإِنَّهَا مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ, that demonstrates the true iman, the piety they have in their hearts. لَكُمْ فِيهَا مَنَافِعُ, you have so many blessings, benefits in that. إِلَى أَجَلٍ مُسَمَّى, until a appointed time. ثُمَّ مَحِلُّهَا, and this about the sacrifice. ثُمَّ مَحِلُّهَا إِلَى بَيْتِ الْعَتِيقِ, and then the place of sacrifice is near the ancient house, and that is the only Kaaba. My dear beloved brothers and sisters in the deen, I will pass the mic to the Sheikh. We're going to dwell into them bit by bit. If you don't understand at the end, do feel free to ask questions. All questions are good, but ask that which will benefit you, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala ashrafil mursalin nabiyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, we are still alive after this time. Allah has given us another respite. Not for anything, but to test me and you of what you are going to do. Now you can see there could be so many people who also have intention to go to Mecca to do their Hajj, but Allah had taken their lives. Allah had taken their lives. So we have to make sure we make use of it before our time also comes. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all those who have gone to the grave beyond. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them Jannatul Firdaus. Well, brothers and sisters, this is a journey that you are going to have, and it's so important. Last week, we discussed about definition of Hajj. What is Hajj? Can anybody remember? What is Hajj? Some of you were there last time, isn't it? Last week? Everybody knows what is Hajj, isn't it? That means the pilgrimage to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not for anything, but to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, that is Hajj. We also discussed about the historical background of Hajj. About Ibrahim alayhi salam, how he went to that particular place, and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him to do, and so forth. Okay? Now, when you look at this, here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us very important thing. Ayah 26. When you say Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was shown to the place of the Kaaba, where it will be built and so forth. In other words, the foundation, everything was there already. During the time of Adam alayhi salam and so forth. So he was just going to raise it up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed him that particular place. But what is the main purpose of this Kaaba? Or for people who are going there? That is al-ikhlas. That is the first. You must be mukhlis. You have to be sincere. That's why I have said, Allah tushrik bi shay'an, that you do not set any partners with me when you go there. When you go there, you will see so many people doing some things. Sometimes people, they will see them and say, oh, even he or she is speaking Arabic and therefore he's doing this, I have to do. No. It doesn't mean that if you see somebody speaking Arabic, it means that that person is a knowledgeable person. No. It's a language. It is like here in English, somebody is speaking English, isn't it? Okay. So you must be very, very careful. That's why I said you have to learn before you leave to go. So you will know exactly what you are going to do. The first one is not making partners with Allah in anything. What is making partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? It doesn't mean you are going to put something in front of you and you are worshiping it or something like that. No. But making partners, even in your dua, you can make partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your dua. If you are making your dua through somebody, for example, and so forth, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, we have to call unto Him directly, isn't it? Okay? So you don't go and call some people, so and so forth, all kind of these things. You don't do anything like that. Now the next aspect, he said the house must be pure and clean. Pure and clean. You must make the masjid or any place of that particular haram, it has to be pure. Don't go there and you eat something and you throw it on the floor. Okay? Something that you do not want and so forth, you throw it on the floor. Allah said the place has to be pure. Even in this country, if they see you like that, they can charge you, isn't it? They can charge you. Look at a mother with a child, and the child was just eating or something, you know, at the park, and the child just threw something like that, and the bird came and took it. The KAMARA they charged that woman for 50 pounds. 50 pounds. Even the bird came and took it as a food, yet still they charged that particular mother 50 pounds. What about the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So don't go there, you eat something, you look, nobody's there and so forth, you take it from your bag and then you put it in front of you and you just nip and go. No. If you have seen something even which is not good, you can pick it up. Yes, you can pick it and put it in a bin and so forth. It is much more better for you. You get more reward in doing that, inshallah ta'ala. Now going there is for tawaf. You try to make a lot of tawaf. Instead of making tawaf in the shops and so forth, make tawaf around the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because that's what let you leave this particular place to go, isn't it? Yeah? So many things that you have over there, you have them here. Isn't it? You have so many things that you do not even wear them. Some people, their wardrobes are so full and so forth, they don't even know where to put the rest of the things. So don't go that side and making only tawaf in the shops, different shops. Oh, I went to this shop, hey, they have this one, oh, this, oh, that. SubhanAllah, you didn't go for that. You went to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is your main aim of leaving your house to go. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, for those people al-qa'imin, those who stand to perform salat, when you go, try to make a lot of nawafil. Try to make a lot of nawafil. Do you know the reward of performing salat in that masjid, especially in haram? How many rewards you get if you do one?
One prayer you're going to pray when you go now, inshallah. You pray one prayer at the Kaaba. How many reward do you get?
How many? 100,000
reward. One salah.
100,000
You live in
rewards.
London
You know?
for 20 years, 30 years, you don't even get it.
No?
You get there one.
Okay? No matter here, apart from that, no matter how big that masjid and so on and so forth, you pay in the Jama'ah, you get 25 rewards or 27, that is all. But over there, one, you get 100,000. 100,000 rewards. SubhanAllah. Do you know how long you have to pray in these massages here and there before you get that one? Huh? You see? So, do not let yourself be only going here and there and so forth. No. Make sure you perform your salah. And make a lot of, because maybe that will be your last chance. It could be your last chance that you are going to that particular place. So make use of it before it is too late. And the next one is ruku. You make a lot of ruku. Bow down. And also it shows the humbleness. When you are there, don't go and show off that and this and that. No. Be very, very humble. Be very humble when you are over that side. And make a lot of sajda. A lot of sajda. Because each sajda raises you rank in Jannah. So make a lot of sajda. It is much more better than to go and sit down and do all kinds of things which are not supposed to be. About 5 years ago, there was one lady from China, very old, feeble lady, who came to perform Hajj in what happened. When they landed at Jeddah, and she came up from the stairs of the plane, I said, now I have reached the place now. What she do? She raised up her hands and then made sajda. So all the passengers were just passing by. And she was just on the floor there. She was so excited that at least she has reached Jeddah. And if you have reached that side, it means, mashallah, you are going to Mecca and so on and so forth, isn't it? She was down there. All the passengers passed, and she was prostrating. So one of the what is called the workers, went to her and said, "Step up to go," and she fell down. She had gone. She had gone. Look. She did not see the Kaaba with her own eyes. And that is the place that if you reach there, you know that you have already gone inside there, isn't it? But she had gone. So what do you think about that particular lady? When you read Quran chapter 4, verse 100, hear what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had said about that particular person. What she did. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had said about her, if such thing happens.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن يهاجر في سبيل الله يجد في الأرض مراغما كثيرا وسعة ومن يخرج من بيته مهاجرا إلى الله ورسوله ثم يدركه الموت فقد وقع أجره على الله وكان الله غفورا رحيما. Allah said, وَمَنْ يُهَاجِرْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Anyone who migrates in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You migrate to Allah, you forsake your own house, your home, and you migrate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يَجِدْ فِي الْأَرْضِ مُرَاغَمًا كَثِيرًا وَسَعًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you will find in this earth many of refuge and abundance, of course many of refuge, and also as well you get most of your sa'a, provisions available for you in abundance. And Allah said, وَمَنْ يَخْرُجْ مِنْ بَيْتِ. Anyone who leaves his or her house, like you, what you're going to do now, like that sister the Sheikh talked about, مُهَاجِرًا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. You do it to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and as well you want to follow the tradition of the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. ثُمَّ يُدْرِكُهُ الْمَوْتِ. And they happens to die. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَقَدْ وَقَعَ أَجْرُهُ عَلَى اللَّهِ. His or her reward is with Allah. Only Allah knows his reward. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. Allah is oft forgiven and the most merciful.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, even though she did not go there, she has the full reward of Hajj. Why? Because of the need. What took her from her house to that particular place is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the intention is so important of whatever thing we do. You will be rewarded according to your intention. Now, we come to the next ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, when we are going back to Surah 22, which is Surah Hajj, ayah 27, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, when he told Ibrahim alayhi salam to announce to all the people to come and perform Hajj. So Ibrahim alayhi salam said, "Oh Allah, my voice is very, very low. It cannot reach people." Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, he said, "You just make the announcement and we will make it spread all over the place." All over the place. And eventually it did. Now all over the place, all the four corners of the world, everybody had knowledge about Hajj. And all of them are also responding to that call. Come and perform Hajj. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told the companions, he said, Allah had made it compulsory for you to make Hajj, and therefore make Hajj. There was a man whose name was Aqra bin Habis. He got up as the messenger of Allah. Afi kulli aam ya Rasulullah. Are we to perform Hajj in every year? Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not respond. Then he asked second time. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not respond. And the third time, then Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if I have said yes, it would have become what? It would have become compulsory, mandatory upon you, and you will not be able to do it. Okay? He said, therefore, leave me where I have left you. In other words, leave it until when I come to tell you. Hajj is only once in your lifetime. He said, because a lot of people who were before you, they were being destroyed because they like to ask so many questions. But things which was not there, they asked, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought answers. After that, they could not do it. They could not do it. So if I leave you here, just leave me until I tell you what it is. So it is only once in our lifetime. And if you are able to do more than that, that means voluntary from you, which is acceptable, inshallah ta'ala. Now, ayah 28, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us regarding the benefit that you are going to gain. When you go to that side, you get a lot of benefits, which maybe if you have some time during our sessions and so forth, we will be doing some workshops regarding the social benefits of Hajj. What are the social benefits of Hajj? What are the spiritual benefits of Hajj? And what are economical benefits of Hajj? And also you may talk about the practical aspects of Hajj, inshallah ta'ala. So it is very important. You are going to see so many things. Things that you did not know, you are going to see them. The Kaaba that you have never saw with your own eyes. That means standing in front of it. A place where everybody wants to. You have a compass. You go to every place and so forth. You are going to perform salat. You have to get a compass to show us the direction. That means where it goes. Now you are going to stand there in front of it. You can touch it with your hand and so forth. It is amazing, isn't it? It is very, very amazing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, when you go to that side, all what you have to do, you have to do a lot of zikr. These are the things that you have to go and do. Make a lot of zikr. What is zikr? Remembrance of Allah. You remember Allah in every aspect of your time over that side. Everything that you are doing has to be in a state of zikr. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are dealing with your brothers and sisters, how you speak to them, how you deal with them, anything. Let it be through the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And not talk too much. Do not talk too much. Instead of making yourself talking too much, gossiping here and there and so on and so forth, which is not good, as you heard before, make use of that tongue to do more zikr. Or reading of the Holy Quran, asking forgiveness and other things. But don't go and talk here and there, oh this one is this, oh this, and do not become very argumentative person. You argue about everything you argue about. And you want to prove that you are right, you want to win. You come to that one, Allah will tell you. So if you go to do that, they know that you are not of the guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you are not of the guest of Allah, what are you going to gain? Nothing, isn't it? Yeah. So you have to be very, very careful. Don't go and argue about every little thing and so forth. Or complaining. Every little thing you complain. Oh, this one is this. Oh, that. Subhanallah. When you go there, you are going to get... Imagine those people. So many of us here, you have our great grandfathers and so forth who went to Hajj before, isn't it? Huh? From our houses or from our villages. Some of them took them about 5 years or 10 years before they come back, isn't it?
Some didn't come back.
And some of them did not even come back at all. Now you said you are going to board the plane. You have all the facilities you get. You do nothing. The food will be brought to you and water. You just sit in one place. You are asking, oh, can I have orange juice? Can I have this? Can I have that? Everything is coming to you, isn't it? Subhanallah. MashaAllah. They bring it to you, and you are just sitting in one place. When you finish, they come and take it up. You can relax, you can sleep. Subhanallah. Those people, they walk. You know that Sahara Desert? Those Sahara Desert, these people, they walk over that side. Some of them, they die. It's not rich. The heat, the thirst, no food. And when you reach Mecca also, they don't have this kind of hotels that you are going to have. No. They don't have that. They have nothing. You just sleep. Even when you go there, you will see some people who will be sleeping by the roadsides and other things and so forth. You will see them. Okay. And these people, they are not complaining. But you have all those type of things, a little bit of this, oh, this one, look at this, SubhanAllah. Oh, the room was not so comfortable, so spacious. Allah Akbar. When man, you get so many things, you do not know what to do. Isn't it? Yeah. It's like food. You go there, you have all kinds of food and so forth, and you don't know what to choose. That's why, excuse me to say, some ladies, when they are asked to dress up to go, it takes them too long for them to finish. Why? The man has finished and just calling, oh, what are you doing? He said, I'm coming. Because she just opened the wardrobe, taking this dress, put it back. Look, he has so many, so he doesn't know which one to choose. But if you have only one, you just take it and just go. You see, like the men, you just go and take it, and you finish it, you are just going. But this lady will be standing there for half an hour, and does not know which one to choose. So, all what you have to do when you go on that side, make sure you do what is right. And the next aspect of it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, the meat that you do have. Now, as you were saying last week, you make the sacrifice. Some of you were not here. Okay, all right. You have, you make your sacrifice. And that sacrifice, it is not part of your package that you have paid. Every pilgrim has to pay for it. You have to pay for it, for your own sacrifice. Sometimes about 100 or something, 100 or something, what is called, okay, reals. But every pilgrim, you have to make sure that you do it, inshallah ta'ala. You do it. And it's much more easier to do. Nowadays, here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, when you have it, eat some part of it. And give the rest to who? To the poor and the distressed ones and so forth. When in the 1970s and so forth, when you go there, it was so bad. Some people, when they come, they kill about 4 or how many? And they just leave them on the floor like that. And if I just stepping on it, well, all over and so forth. But alhamdulillah, now the government had made something that at the end, if you kill, if you do not want, you can pay. You can pay it. And they will slaughter that animal for you, and they put them in what is called freezer. After that, they will take them after Hajj. They will distribute them to all over the world, so that the poor people can benefit from it. Okay, you can do that. If you know some people also who are in need and you want to go and give it to them, alhamdulillah. But if you don't have that, you can do this kind of procedure also, which will help you bi-iznillahi ta'ala. Okay. Now, when you finish all this and you go to that particular place, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us regarding when you are there, you must honor and respect all the rights of Hajj. Honor it and respect it. Don't go over that side. For example, you go, look, Hajj takes only 5 days. All the days that you may be going, how many days are you going for?
22 days.
22 days. 22 days, the only days that you have for Hajj is only 5 days. Only 5 days for Hajj. That's all. From the 8th to the 13th. That is it. Only 5 days. The rest of it is for you roaming here and there, go and there, and so on and so forth. So you have to make use of it. Okay. So you must respect the rights. The things that you have over that side, you have to respect them. Don't waste. And you have to have a lot of patience, as you have said before. But here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, فَاجْتَنِبُوا رِجِسَ مِنَ الْأَوْثَانِ. You must make sure that you go out from any kind of something that goes with shirk. Allah said, get away from it. If you are coming to my house, if you are coming as my guest, Allah said, get away from anything that goes with shirk. And the bid'ah, innovation. You see these people, this and that, and so on and so forth. Especially when you go to Arafah. So many people, they do all kinds of things and so forth. And they just take it and say they are going to do, it will help them when they go back home, they're taking the sand and all. Some of them, they do even some things which are not good, which I don't want to say it. And they take them and so forth, and take them to country, because it's a blessing from that particular place and all kind of blessing. And not only that, when they go to Tan'im, for example, before, alhamdulillah, nowadays they have made it for it. They used to have girls and so forth, they go and... No, they have pieces of cloth. Some of them they are red, some of them in green or whatever. And white. You see, this thing like that, they will hang them. They will hang. They say because that will bring them, if you do not have a child and have a problem, and you do it, you get a child. You are a childless person, you get false statement. False statement is important, very, very important. Don't go and gossip. Do not go and gossip at all. Don't go and swear. Every little thing, every little thing, oh, I swear by Allah, I descend. Oh, I swear by Allah. Don't go and make the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like a toy. No. Do not go and gossip about people, lying about this and so on and so forth. What your eyes did not see, you say yes. What your ear did not hear, you say I heard. So everybody's business, you want to see what this one is doing, what that one is doing, and come, oh, look at what that one is doing. Oh, look at what this, oh, this. Come on, you didn't go for that. That is not your business. What people are doing, that is not your business. Your business is to go and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is what you have to do when you are over that side. So, Allah has said, "Hunafa'a lillah ghayra mushrikeen." You have to make sure that everything you are doing is only for the sake of Allah. Purely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because Ibrahim alayhi salam, Allah called him Ummah, isn't it? That is one nation. By himself. Why? Because of Tawheed. Because of Tawheed. So you must make sure that you have to follow the Sunnah of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And I said, all what you are going to do, all the Hajj rituals that you are going to do, is based upon the family of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam and his wife, what was her name? What was her name? Hajj. And their child, what was his name? Ismail. All the Hajj things that you are going to do, which is from this. The sign that you go and do, going up and down from Safa and Marwa, it was done by who? Hajj. You see? So the jamarat that you are going to do and so forth, it was done by who? By who? Ibrahim alayhi salam. When he wanted, Allah asked him to sacrifice his only child, and Iblis came to distract him and so forth, he started to pelt Iblis with the stones. And in different places where he did it 3 times, this is what you are going to do. Just 3 times. This is what you are going to do over there. Okay? And the sacrifice, that was, you know that instead of sacrificing the child, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ransomed him with what? That is what you are going to do. And when they finished doing everything and so forth, they went around the Kaaba. And they have, when they went and stood Maqam Ibrahim, you are going to that side also. And through that small child, baby, you have Zamzam. You are going to have some also to drink, isn't it? So this family, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all to follow that. So when you go to that particular place, please make sure that you make use of whatever thing you are supposed to do. Don't go that side and do whatever you want to do. No. Follow the example that was set, and the Prophet ﷺ followed it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in Surah 2, ayah 130 to 131, what we are supposed to do as believers.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن يرغب عن ملة إبراهيم إلا من سفه نفسه ولقد اصطفيناه في الدنيا وإنه في الآخرة لمن الصالحين إذ قال له ربه أسلم قال أسلمت لرب العالمين. Allah said, وَمَنْ يَرْغَبْ عَنْ مِلَّةِ إِبْرَاهِيمِ. Anyone who turns away from the religion, the path set by Ibrahim, from his Lord, then إِلَّا مَنْ سَفِهَ نَفْسَهُ, except the one who debased their own soul. In other words, they become heedless of themselves and the importance of the deen. Subhanallah, Safi, Subhanak ya Rabb. Ignorance. وَلَقَدْ اسْتَفَيْنَاهُ فِي الدُّنْيَا. Allah said He has chosen him in this world. وَإِنَّهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ, and the day of judgment, لَمِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ, He is amongst the righteous ones. إِذْ قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ, remember when his Lord said to him, Aslim, submit yourself to all the rights of Allah. قال, and he said, أسلمت لرب العالمين, I have completely humbled and submit myself to the Lord of the universe.
So the main aim of going there is submission. You have to submit yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't go and do whatever you want to do. No. Submit yourself completely to the will of Allah. What Allah tells you to do, that's what you are going to do. You have to follow the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And that is the most important thing for me and you. And Hajj is so important. It is compulsory upon every Muslim. Every Muslim we go to Hajj. It is one of the pillars of Islam, isn't it? It's one of the pillars of Islam. So when you are going to Hajj, don't think that, oh, I do this and that and so on and so forth. If you have the means to go, it is compulsory for me and you to go. As Allah has said in Surah 3, ayah 95, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us how important Hajj is.
Surah 3, Ali Imran, verse 95. قُلْ صَدَقَ اللَّهُ فَاتَّبِعُوا مِلَّةَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ حَنِيفًا وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. Say, قُلْ, say, صَدَقَ اللَّهُ, Allah had spoken the truth. فَاتَّبِعُوا مِلَّةَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ, when you go there, follow the path of Abraham. حَنِيفًا, purely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ, he was not amongst those who associate Allah with a partner. إِنَّ أَوَّلَ بَيْتٍ وُدِعَ لِلنَّاسِ, the first house to be erected for man to worship Allah, لَلَّذِي بِبَكَّةَ مُبَارَكًا, it is that of Mecca, which you are going to. وَهُدًى لِلْعَالَمِينَ. It's a guidance for the entire world, actually. It's a guidance for the entire world. فِيهِ آيَاتٌ بَيِّنَاتٌ. You have clear, manifest signs there. مَقَامُ إِبْرَاهِيم. You go there, you will see it as well in the video when we show it next week. Inshallah, you will see the place of Ibrahim, مَقَامُ إِبْرَاهِيم. Right? وَمَنْ دَخَلَ. Anyone who entered that mosque, Al-Kaaba. No, it's Ibrahim's place, so that's small. Nah? Don't tell me I want to go in there. Well, you. Allah Akbar. وَمَنْ دَخَلَهُ كَانَ آمِنًا. Anyone who entered the holy mosque, the Al-Kaaba, he is safe. He attains security. And then Allah said, وَلِلَّهِ. Listen to this. I love this one. وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you perform your Hajj only for the sake of Allah if you have the ability to do so. مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. If you can afford, so go for the journey. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ. Anyone who have all the means, right? And then intentionally decline the path. فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ عَنِ الْعَالَمِينَ. Allah does not have any needs of their worship. This is dangerous, isn't it? Those who have the opportunity, they keep telling us, don't worry, Allah did not call me yet. Allah did not call you yet. You have the money, you have everything. And the other one yesterday said to me, Sheikh, when I come from there, I don't look at women twice. I said, now you're looking at them 10 times? Allah make it easy.
So, you go to Hajj, it is compulsory. And the Prophet ﷺ has said, whosoever Allah has blessed him with the ability to go to Hajj, he has the ability to go to Hajj. You are a very healthy person, you have money to go with it, you have transportation, the road also is safe, you are not passing through the war zones and all kind of distance, okay? And you are a very healthy person, you have everything. But you chose not to go. Instead of going to Hajj with that, this one, if I go to Disney World, I can take me to Disney World with my children and go and enjoy ourselves and so on and so forth. Prophet ﷺ has said, it doesn't matter how that person will die. Look, he said, it doesn't matter to Allah how that person will die. Either he will die Yahudiyan, he can die as a Jewish person, or Nasraniyan, or a Christian, or Majusiyan, or a pagan. It doesn't matter to Allah. In other words, this person, you are not fully a Muslim. Because if you are Muslim, you have to fulfill the 5 pillars of Islam, isn't it? 5 pillars of Islam is compulsory. But you choose not to do it. It is nothing. And you have ability to do it. So you must try as much as possible to make sure that you perform the Hajj. Once you have the means to do it. Do not say that, okay, later. Nobody knows how long you are going to live, isn't it? Nobody knows. So you must make sure you go there in the best form. But when you are going, don't go there with any kind of aim. Don't go with any kind of aim. Allah tells you what you have to go for. When you go to Quran chapter 2, ayah 196, Allah tells me and you what we are going to. Chapter 2, verse 196.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وأتموا الحج والعمرة لله فإن أحسرتم فما استيسر من الهدي ولا تحلقوا رؤوسكم حتى يبلغ الهدي محله فمن كان منكم مريضا أو به أذى من رأسه ففدية من صيام أو صدقة أو نسك فإذا أمنتم فمن تمتع بالعمرة إلى الحج فما استيسر من الهدي فمن لم يجد فصيام 3 أيام في الحج و7 إذا رجعتم تلك 10 كاملة ذلك لمن لم يكن أهله حاضر المسجد الحرام واتقوا الله واعلموا أن الله شديد العقاب. Allah says, وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجِّ. Go and perform Hajj as you are going now. وَالْعُمْرَةِ, and perform Umrah, because we'll be performing the Umrah first before Hajj. Allah said, do that lillah, only to please Allah, not to call you Hajjah and Hajj. Because Sheikh mentioned before, some people you don't call them, if you call them now Yusuf, you don't say, why you behave like that? Call me Alhaji Yusuf. And some when you call me, you don't call me Hajjah, what? Hajjah Fatima. You don't call them problem. Allah said, you're not going for that. You're going to do it for Allah. وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ, only for Allah. That's the aim you're going for. فَإِنْ أُحْسِرْتُمْ فَمَا اسْتَيْسَرَ مِنَ الْهَدِيِ. If you are prevented from completing it, they send offer it for sacrifice. Right? وَلَا تَحْلِقُوا رُؤُوسَكُمْ حَتَّى يَبْلُغَ الْحَدْيُ مَحِلَّهُ. Do not shave your hair. The men, tulum, you know tulum? Bald head. You're gonna see all of them, mashallah. And the women, don't come with bald head. Some of you men, we don't want you anymore. So make sure you don't cut all. Tiny bit. Hold it like that and cut the edge tiny, inshallah. Okay? We guide you. فَمَنْ كَانَ مَرِيضًا أَوْ بِهِ أَذَى مِنْ رَأْسِهِ. But what about some people, they have some kind of disease in their head? Okay? I know. You know how they call headlights? Salon loss. Headlights. Those who speak my language, they know what I say, loss. Hey, every night like this. They have them in their heads, isn't it? Hey, brother, I want to know. He used to have loss as well. Lights, headlights. They come like tiny thing like this, isn't it? I will be here. Oh, yeah, I said they hold a problem. Allah said, فَفِدْيَةٌ مِّن صِيَامٍ. What you do, you have to give sacrifice, fidya. Okay? Min siyam, you fast. Aw sadaqah, or you give sadaqah. Aw nusuk. Okay? Or you give sacrifice, yeah, sorry. Sacrifice. فَمَنْ لَمْ يَجِدْ. Anyone who does not have this, فَسِيَام, you must fast. 3 أيام, 3 days في الحج while you're in Hajj. Don't worry, you're not going to fast, inshallah. May Allah make it easier for you. وَسَبَ إِذَا رَجَعْتُمْ. Then you come and do the 7 when you return. And that makes it how much? How many? That's good. تِلْكَ عَشَرَةٌ كَامِلَةٌ. Allah said that's in total is 10. ذَلِكَ, and that is for لِمَنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ أَهْلُهُ حَادِرِ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ. These are for those who do not live in the territory of Haram. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ. You are going there, fear Allah. Fear Allah. Fear Allah. وَعْلَمُوا, and know that if you go beyond this limit, أَنَّ اللَّهَ شَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ, the punishment of Allah is severe. May Allah save us from that.
Amen.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given us the aim and objective of going for Hajj. You go only lillah. Everything you are going to do is only for the sake of Allah. Don't go there with any objective. Oh, yes, I want to go so that when I come, people will go to my Hajj or Hajj and so on and so forth. No, you are not going for that one and so forth. But in the meantime, before you leave, before you go to Hajj, there are rules, there are things that you have to do. And it's very, very important before you leave your place and you embark upon that. The first, you shall make tawbah. Make a lot of repentance. Make a lot of repentance. That is the first thing. Repentance is very, very important. And secondly, you pay any kind of compensation to anyone that you have injured, for example, that you have to pay something for that particular individual. You must make sure that you do it before you leave to go. And thirdly, if you owe anyone money or whatever it is, if you have taken something from someone or what, return it to that particular person. Unless if the person said, I have given to you free, that is all fine and good. But if you owe someone money, make sure that you pay it back to that particular person. And this one is, if you have a loan to pay with someone, if the person says, look, he comes to you and says, look, I want my money. You say, oh, no, you know I'm going to Hajj, and this is the money I'm going with it. No, don't go with that money to Hajj, because that money does not belong to you, it belongs to that person. You have to pay the loan that you own. Okay? Unless if you have made a contract agreement with a person, that you pay by installment. That is the contract you have made. Every month, maybe you pay 100 or 50 pounds or 20 pounds, whatever it is, and so forth. Okay? And you agree to that. And then you can tell the person that, okay, I'm going to Hajj, and my distance, maybe I will be there for 3 weeks or whatever, so I want to pay for the time that I will be absent, and so forth. There's nothing wrong. You can take the rest of the money to go and perform your Hajj. Nothing wrong with that. But if the person insists that he needs his or her money, then you cannot tell the person that, oh, because I'm going to Hajj, so I'm not going to give it to you. No, because that money is not yours, and you must give it to the person, because you own that particular individual. Now, number 4, you must leave something which will be sufficient for those people who are dependent on you. If you are going and you have people who depend upon you for maintenance and other things and so forth, then you must make sure that you leave something for them during the time that you are going. Okay? And you must make sure you have your wasiyah, your will. That means death instructions. Don't be afraid. You are not going to die. That was death instructions you have to give in case what will happen and so on and so forth. Because it seems last year or so, the other masjid about 4 people.
The year before.
Yeah, the year before.
5.
But 5 people, they died. Okay? But don't be scared, okay? You are not going to die, inshallah. You come back safely, okay? But make sure that you have the will. If in case something happens to me, and I did not come back again, for example, this one goes this, that one goes that, and so on and so forth, so that there should not be any kind of problem or confusion after you have left this world. Okay? And when you are going, make sure you take lawful earnings for your expenses. Lawful earnings, halal money, and so forth, to go with it and so forth. Inshallah ta'ala. Okay? The next part, you must be very charitable. Do some charitable things before you leave to go. Because charity is so important. Charity protects us. Charity also is a safeguard for us. So at least do something which is charitable before you leave to go, inshallah ta'ala. And the next aspect is transportation. Make sure if you have to get a car to take you to the airport, make sure the car is something very good, so that it will not break down in the road before you reach there. The plane had already gone. Yeah, so you have to make sure that the transportation that you are going to take It's a good one. Not the one that goes. No. It couldn't break down. So your transportation, you have to make sure that it is something which is good. Okay? Whenever you are going, if you know that the place where you live is very far, and you have to take maybe 3 or 4 buses or whatever, you have to calculate the time properly, because you have been informed that departure time is what time? 10 o'clock when? In the morning or in the evening?
In the morning.
In the morning.
So you must be there 3
So
hours.
not 10 o'clock, you are leaving your house. Yeah, you have to be very careful. Like when you're having a wedding here, and you said 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, that's the time that you are going to take their shower. And you are sitting down here waiting for them.
And when they come, we show them paper.
Okay? So make sure that if it said 10 o'clock, when are you supposed to leave your house? You will know how long it take you from your house to the terminal 4. Terminal 4. Okay? Don't let them now calling you, or you are calling, hey, I am now on the way, now I cannot reach it, and so on and so forth. No, because that is not organizers' program. They do not have a shuttle to come to your houses and take you, everybody to take you to the airport. No, you have to make your own arrangement. So make sure your transportation is efficient. It's very, very important. Now, the next aspect that you have to bear in mind, try to have a very honest companion with you. The companion that you have to be with, make sure that person is honest and religious. Don't go and take someone who lecture, you say that, oh, I'm going to pray, I'm going to the haram to pray and so forth. He said, oh no, come on, let's go to shop with the SD. Look, I saw this in jewelry over that side, it's so nice.
Let's go quickly.
Let's go quickly. No. Get someone that will encourage you to do something which is good. The reason why you want that side, not the one that will distract you, take you away. Anytime that you want to go and do something good, she said, no, come on, let's go to this side and so forth. I saw something here, and so, oh, I hear they say they have something and so on and so forth here. No, you didn't go for that, isn't it? So make sure that the companion that you are taking with you must be honest and a religious person. So that if you forget, the person will remind you. Will remind you. So make sure you have that in mind. And the next aspect, you seek forgiveness. Seek forgiveness from those who have wronged. Yes. Those who have wronged them, seek forgiveness from them. And if somebody has wronged you also, forgive that person. Because you cannot go to the house of Allah when your heart is full of grudge. What are you going to do with that? Is that a sound heart? Huh? How do you call that heart? Sick heart, isn't it? Yeah, no, you don't go there. If you come and say that you are very sick like that, no. So make sure that you clear your heart and your mind before you leave. It can be your friends, your relatives. Some people, they don't speak to their relatives, for example, for whatever reason. Even some even go as far as their parents, your mom or something like that, they don't even speak to them. And you say that I'm going for Hajj. It is not. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man came to him and said, Messenger of Allah, I really want to go and go to jihad, also with you. Prophet sallallahu asked him, do you have parents who are alive? He said, yes, only my mom. He said, only your mom? He said, no, you cannot go to jihad. Go and serve your mom, and that will be jihad for you. Look. And that will be jihad for you. And Aisha radiallahu anha said, Messenger of Allah, the men they go to jihad, they do this, they do that, and so forth. What about we women? Professor said, you women, you have jihad, but without fighting. Your jihad, it has no fighting in it. He said, Messenger of Allah, what is that? He said, Al-Hajj. The accepted Hajj. That is your jihad. It means when you go, you are going to struggle. You are going to struggle very, very hard when you are over that side. There are so many things you cannot do. Okay? You cannot go there and then dress flashy dresses all over. No. And so forth. You can change your ihram and take your shower or something. For example, the men, mashallah, the men, they do not have any listen. They have only 2 pieces. Okay? No underwear. Therefore, when you are sitting, be very, very careful. No underwear at all. So when you are sitting, and also you are sleeping, be very, very careful how you sleep.
And it ties properly.
Yes, yeah. And you tie it properly also for tawaf. Because if you don't do it good and somebody presses it down, you are going to set a fire around the Kaaba. So be very careful when you go. Do it properly. Good.
Inshallah, we'll show you how to do it next week.
Yes, inshallah.
We're going to be practically here, then we'll show you.
They will show you how to do it.
Next week is more practical, don't you?
What about tie with rope?
It's fine, if you have rope tie. No
You have your rope or you have a belt, you can do it. Okay? And then the ladies also. The ladies is very important. Excuse me to say, some people when they sleep, they cannot control themselves. Maybe they will be exposing themselves. Even though you are sleeping among women, for example, but at least wear something like trousers or anything that if in case during the course of sleeping you expose yourself and so forth, it will not be exposed. You understand? It is very, very important. At least wear something which is long, but not something which is very light or thin like that and so forth. You know, see-through things. No, something like a cotton. You know, and it is also very good that it can give you. Some people were asking, are there hot water so that if you want to take a shower and so forth? To be frank with you, you don't have those kind of facilities and so forth, especially in Mina and all kind of this thing, okay? It is warm, but it is not as supposed to be. Some people, they cannot take shower unless if it is very hot, if the water is very hot, okay? But should in case you do not have warm water, and it is cold, anything can happen, isn't it, to the system? And you cannot take the cold water. What are you supposed to do? The most important thing is your armpit. You wash your armpit. Because what causes people to smell most of the time is through the armpit. Because this is a place which is well, what? Closed, isn't it? We don't have more air. You wash that particular place, and then between the 2 thighs, you wash that one. With that, you can be clean, you will not smell, and so forth when you are going outside or you are in front, in the midst of the people. So that one also you have to bear that in mind. It's very easy. You can do it, inshallah ta'ala. Okay? Now, when you are going to that particular place, you are going to Haram. Now you are here. Everybody wants to go to Mecca and so on and so forth. You talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is important in Islam. Don't go there having any grudge with anybody. Or going this and that. Now you are talking about how the people are going to be grouped, isn't it? According to their rooms. Don't say that, oh, this woman, no, I don't want this woman, this, so on and so forth, this, that. Oh, that man said that. We have to sacrifice, we have to do compromise, isn't it? Because it is not what I want or what you want, what Allah wants. That's what you're going to do. Okay? And be very helpful. So you start from here. Don't go and so forth. Anything you said, oh, this mother, oh, I don't want to go near this mother because she will ask me to go and give her this one, or to take this one for her, and so on. So I'm not going for it. You should try to get a lot of blessings. Okay? Seek blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And here, before you leave, make a lot of zikr. Make a lot of zikr. Start. Each day, you can say subhanallah about 1,000 times. And say istighfar, astaghfirullah, each day, 1,000 times. 1,000 say astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. It doesn't take you any time, isn't it? Some people, when they have free time, how many hours they be on the phone? Just gossip. Because when you are on the phone to talk to someone, 5-10 minutes, what you are talking is the good things. Apart from that, you have to borrow the words from somewhere. Yeah? You have to borrow it. And how are you going to borrow it? You have to talk about somebody. Oh, you know, that one and so on and so forth, he or she is this and that. Oh, you know, this, that is all right. And this one will say, oh yeah, and you don't know mine also. This, and you keep on like that. About 2 hours, and you're still on the phone. There's a consequence. Okay, so please make sure that you make a lot of istighfar, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, and salat ala nabi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. In other words, let that one be part of you before you leave to go. And the best provision that you can take with you is that of taqwa, God consciousness. This is the best provision you can take with you, to go and to come also with it. So let your suitcases be full with the taqwa, not with goods, but with taqwa, God consciousness. You go over there. Be very helpful to people when you are over that side. Don't be selfish person all the time and looking only for yourself. Others, no. Especially you have old people who cannot do some things by themselves and so forth. And if you are young and you know you can do it because it's a sadaqah for you, isn't it? It's a sadaqah for you. And you get more reward. You go there to get reward, isn't it? And if that one will give you more reward, then you do it, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. And the next aspect, which is so important for all of us before you leave to go. If your parents are not here in this country, and they are back home, for example, as I said before, if you don't have any good relation with them, please make sure that you settle that one. You settle it. Because your Hajj will be in jeopardy if your parents do not have good relation with you. I'm telling you. So please, if you know anything like that, call them. You apologize to them and so forth. No matter how old you are, you can never be older than your mom and dad, isn't it? Yeah, you are still a child to mom and dad. Yeah. So don't say that, oh, now I'm big and so forth, so why should I do this and so forth? No, you are still a child to that mom or dad who is still alive. Try as much as possible to have a good communication with them, inshallah ta'ala. Well, I will leave the rest for our next session, inshallah ta'ala, and you entertain any kind of questions and so forth that you want, inshallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you.
Ameen.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you health and strength. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you alive so that you may go and perform this act of worship. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah, Jazallahu Sheikhana Khair al-Jazaa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward the Sheikh abundantly and grant him and all of us al-Jannah. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, you've heard from the Sheikh. These are very, very important things that we need to do here before we go. Please, you're not doing it for yourself. Whatever ego we have, let's put it aside. Because Hajj is once in a lifetime. Now you're going to Hajj, this is what Allah is going to write for you. Wherever you go after that, that's considered to be tatawwur. Yeah, nawafil. You're just doing more of ibadah. But the first one, if you pass your exam, you passed. If you fail, may Allah save us from that, then you are completely failed. Because when you go for Hajj, when you come back, the Rasul ﷺ said you return just like the day your mom what?
Give back to you.
You return just like the day your what?
Your body.
Your mom gave
Back to you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah? You return just like the day your mom?
Give back to you.
Imagine when your mom gave back to you, you are cleansed. That's how you're going to return. If Allah accepts your Hajj, you have no sin. That's how you're going to come back. No single sin. None at all. Wallahi. Everyone wants that, isn't it? So please, go and do what the Sheikh asks you to do. That's why we do these sessions. And next week we'll go to another stage. But please, I want all of us to listen to this carefully. We have information to pass to you. And this is the reality. And especially for those in our group, we go in, as you've heard from my dearest father and my dearest uncle, we are 53 in total, right? 50?
50 times 0.
Oh, we are 50. Okay, I've told 53. We are 50 in total. We are the first thing you're going to have in mind. Please, if you're going with us, we are family. Take this with you now, please. We are all
Family.
Can the family leave a family behind?
No.
We are all family, and this is very serious. I tell you, we want to tell you, Allah Jigarba is going to say something, inshallah, on this. The problems that we used to have every year, we try to make sure we amend them. But there are some which one cannot start, but the other one starts it. And when the other one starts, hey, Allahu Akbar. That's why Sheikh BOADI said, Abashitani.
Is that Yoruba?
Yeah, I think because Yoruba as well. In other words, the head of Shaitan. Right? But please listen to this very carefully. Because sometimes you might have done everything here, but the time you enter the plane, Allah, Shaitan is ready for you. Wallah, I see some people, sometimes, I remember last year or the year before, someone was cussing in Arafah. When he said to him, brother, we're Arafah, he said, don't forget about it first. Wallahi, the other person cried. He said, Sheikh, don't worry, put that one aside. Yeah. Please. The first thing you need to know, we are family. It's 50, we are not many. It's so enjoyable when we go. And keep smiling. Just smile. You're beautiful, you're handsome. Some people will say, that's why they become, we call our language war. You don't become ugly, you're beautiful. You know what? That's why when you say believer, it's different from the non-believer, isn't it? Look at our faces. Smiley faces. But you see the other one, Sheikh BOADI said, when they drink alcohol, the whole face becomes twisted, isn't it? So please, just keep smiling. Because when you smile, it's what? It's a charity. That's what the Rasul ﷺ said. He said, you smile to your brother and sister is charity. This is true. Don't leave your brother or sister behind. We will leave no one. And don't rush us. Let's go now. The Kaaba is there. Let him wait. Let's make sure we have all of us intact. Be patient. Be extremely patient. Bag the one that is enough for you and get extra. Be patient. Wallah, if you're not patient, you will have no Hajj. Are you going to see it? What I'm telling you here, you're going to see it yourself. Our language is said, kuru kuru. Certainty. You're going to see it. And you look at me, you look at the shirt, you say, you're gonna see it. And Sheikh was talking about ihram and something. Don't worry. Some people ihram, when you see the ihram, is more dirty than my village. You know the ground in my village. When we used to go to the farm, you know they have the mud. When the rain falls, wallah, you see some ihram. Hey, keep quiet. Don't say, hey. You see how dirty that ihram is? Wallahi, all of us. You will see my hands in fact. When you see mine or Sheikh, because we are all there for Allah. Don't care about talking about that one. And I'm looking at the women more because that's where the talk comes. I tell you the truth. It's the truth, you know. That's where the talk comes. Because I mentioned when we have a brief meeting, not the last year, like 2-3 years ago, 3 years, there are sisters in a room. 4. And 3 minus 1. They're in Hajj. 3 minus 1. And they end up, they had clash. 2 join the other one, join the other one. So 2 against. And they were performing Hajj. They were not talking to each other. What Hajj is that? Wallahi, I said this. I don't need to swear, but I said this. The day you're going to leave. You see the Sheikh told you, because these are important. I want to mention them quickly, 2-3 minutes. The day you're gonna leave, you see now you're saying, Sheikh, I don't care. The most important thing I want is to perform Hajj. That's what you say, isn't it? Isn't it? The most important thing for us is what?
Hajj.
What about if your food does not come your time? Do you bother? You don't bother? Allah, you say no because you're here. Trust me. And that's why I ask you. The day you're going to enter that plane, Shaitan is so dangerous. Because he knows that when you go there, immediately when you perform your Hajj, you become cleansed. He does not have hands on you, over you anymore. So he will make sure you do something that will destroy that. The things that you don't care, £1, you go and buy chicken and chips here, £3. If you don't have that money there, Allah, you will even want to fight or hit someone for £3 there. The anger you get there, you will never have it there. Why? Because Shaitan wants you to lose it. So please, we are family. We smile all the time. It's our slogan, keep smiling. Khalas. I remember one time I was so upset. And my sister looked at me, Sheikh Yusuf, keep smiling. I kept quiet. Yeah? And the other one, time. Well, like time angers each and every one of us so much, especially the organizers. When it comes to the logistic, it's Alaji Garba who is responsible for that. Logistic in a sense, car here, we're gonna go there, this time, this day, this minute. He is the one responsible. But let me remind you again, Saudi Arabia, you go there, it's not England, it's not London. You are well structured. You have discipline here. There is, I don't want to use the word ultimately, there is no discipline there. But 50% no discipline. They will ask you to wait for the bus. Listen up, because Sheikh is going to come to that ayah to tell you anyone who argue. Immediately when you argue or you swear, excuse me for that, God forbid, you use F word, your Hajj is gone. Is it the Quran? Not me. What they do, they will tell you wait 2 o'clock. We send in the bus. Alaji Garba will be running here and there. Right? 2-3 hours, maybe he will wake up in the morning, the time you are snowing. So please, whoever is snowing, tell us so put the snowers together in the same room. That reminded me, please, I noticed that. Yeah, because the other time we met one brother, he was sleeping in the corridor. He said, hey brother, beautiful hotel like this here in the corridor. He said, Sheikh, I could not sleep in the room. Why? Hey, that brother. So at least, it's not a problem. We can put those who snow and snow together. Let them enjoy themselves. Yeah, but please make it clear to me and Haji Garba and everyone on the Sheikh organizer that Sheikh, I snow. It's not a problem. Yeah? No worry. We'll put the snowers and the snowers together. Let them enjoy. It's Hajj. Enjoy yourself. Right? But the time. They will tell you 2 o'clock. And trust me, sometimes the bus comes 3 o'clock. And what happens? Shaitan comes. I've seen that every year. Sometimes, you know what, I'm just calling myself, I'm just looking at people, why this? You realize those who are causing the problem, most of them, they don't come to sessions like this. They are waiting for you the day you want to board the plane, that's when they're ready to leave. They never even know the importance. It has not been ranked in them that the importance of Hajj is this. Some people, they face difficulties, but because of the lectures, they restrain themselves. Very important. When they come 5 o'clock, what do? They keep talking now. They will not even go to Alhaji Garba. That's the problem now, yeah? They start, look at the other one. What's wrong with this man? You're in Hajj. They said, he came and asked us just to leave our room unnecessarily. Look at the place hot. We leave everything there, pack our luggage is here. 3 hours. Up to now, the bus did not come. They've already... Yeah, sometimes it happened in Medina. Medina, they were there for almost 7 hours or more.
No. There was 1 year we spent the whole night. Yeah. They said the bus is coming today at 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
We checked out, we got ready, we waited until the next day 5 a.m. Meanwhile, we have already checked out. So we had to keep around within the lobby of the hotel, and then you don't find anybody to speak with. You speak to one officer from the Ministry of Hajj, he passes you to another Ministry of Hajj official, he passes you on to another Ministry of Hajj official. By the time you realize, you go around in cycles, spoke to 10 people, and you come back to square one. Nothing happens. So that is how they operate. That is why Quran clearly says, do not argue, do not fight, do not do anything. Because Allah knows what we don't know.
Maybe save you from something.
He saves from that. So inshallah. Even last year, for example, in Medina, we were supposed to leave at 5 a.m. We didn't leave till about 10 a.m. in the morning. But meanwhile, I told every Hujjaj, get ready, come down after Fajr. As soon as we pray Fajr, come in. People waited till 10 a.m. So it's normal for us who have been going every year, it's normal. So that's why we let you know of this. If we have any difficulty like this, you know it is part and parcel of the system. Sometimes also, I wouldn't say we don't blame them, we can blame them because of organization, but the people are too many for them. Imagine the time that we will be leaving Medina, there will be almost about 100 buses leaving at the same time. Almost about 100 buses. You don't see this until we get to a rest stop. That's when we see about 20-50 buses all lined up at the same time. So for them to be able to meet your timeline that they gave you, it's very difficult for them, and they can't do anything but to give you that timeline. That's what they have been told, give them this time, even though they know they cannot meet the time. But Allah make it easy for us. We understand them, we understand ourselves. Patience is the order of the day. Patience is the order of the day.
Okay, so this is what I want to remind you. So when you see that happen, don't keep talking, because that's backbiting. You're doing konkosa. You're eating somebody's flesh when they are alive. Don't do it. Because Allah said, don't talk about someone. You are eating their raw flesh. Right? So this is another one. Time. If Alhaji Kadba say, be there 10 o'clock. 10 means 10. As Sheikh said, not the time you prepare to leave, but you leave before that, you are already down 5 to 10. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. You know what some they do? Because they said, Allah said, don't argue, don't do something. You know what they do? We are like Sheikh BOADI, all of us here, yeah? One of you do something, what would do? Allah, you got to talk because this one. So they will instigate someone to go and talk, to go and argue. They don't want to start it. They make someone to start it. Shaitan is bad. They make someone to start it. That's what happened. Right? Now the other one is sam'a wa ta'a. In the deen, Islam, you have to obey authority. What they say to you, just obey. We will not ask you to do anything Allah does not want. That's why we, the imams and other ones, are there to guide you. A very quick one. The next one is the hotels. Hotels. The hotels, you see, huh? Posh, Medina, when you go there, is luxury. You have buffet and everything. I will show you something here, maybe inshallah, next week. Buffet, you eat. Sheikh BOADI was telling you, some people, they eat. Hey, it's not, it's for you. Eat, but I beg, don't eat. Then you pack some again to go to the room, because they will be looking, whose group is that? I beg, I don't want you to be referred to us. Right? Make sure you eat what is enough, and leave some parts for air. Alhamdulillah, you see everything. Eat all, don't follow me like me, I don't eat. If you follow me, khalas, you become skinny when you come here. But eat what you can, but don't be too much. Right? Now, in the hotel we go to Medina, it's beautiful. Look, your haram is here, your hotel is here. We'll be doing everything. We're doing ziyarah. Allah Jigarba will tell us when we go to the mountain, when we go to Uhud, when we go to Masjid Qiblatayn. When all my own work is spiritual work. To tell you, do this, don't do that. Do that, don't do that. Do this, how to get your Hajj. That's all. And now, when we come from there, that's the day you're going to start your Hajj. The journey that we have for 5 hours, it can be for 12 or 24 hours. Wow. Radio. 24 hours. And all you have to do is there, Labbaik. Let's say it. Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. Labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. Innal hamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika laka. Again. Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. Labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. Innal hamda والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. What's more? لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. MashaAllah, when you were saying the labbaik, I wanted to laugh. You know why? Because I remember when we were saying it, one woman looked at me and said, "Hey, Sheikh, I've been saying it for how many hours now? Only this thing we can do." I said, that's why you come here. So that's why you be saying all those things. Khalas, up and down. Now, so therefore, when we come to Mecca, it's struggle. The hotel we're going to be there for at Nusha. That one is better, alhamdulillah. If you were going to Azizia, hey, that time you will know. Yeah, but alhamdulillah, charity, it was good. Alhamdulillah, not too bad. Alhamdulillah. But all I'm telling you, when you come to Mecca, the food will not come on time. Sometimes we struggle, but alhamdulillah, we'll do our best to give. But if your food did not come on time, please just get 1 pound, 2 pound, buy food, buy sandwich and eat. Khalas, just forget about it. But inshallah, we'll do our best to serve you. It's not as Medina. Medina is posh. Until after Hajj finish. The food you're going to have, Sheikh mentioned that last week, the food you're going to have in Mina, Arafah, Muzdalifah, because people complain, this food every time is just one bread, one chicken. All the time is just one sauce. All this time, this is not Alaji Garba serving it. This is not me serving it. This is not the Sheikh serving it. Not Sheikh BOADI, nobody. This is the Hajj ministry. Whatever they give us, that's what you're going to have. And sometimes you're asleep, the food comes in the night. But you know what's amazing? Last year I was so touched. One of the sisters is here, Sister Mary. Is she here? She was, stand up please, sister. Please. She was one of the best Hajj we had last year. When they say proper Hajj, you see I call her Hajj now, someone who really know why he was there. This is one of the sisters. Until it comes to a time I say to the Sheikh, hey, let's slide you, because this way if she sees us, she will leave us. We hide from her. But she knew why she was there. We realized that. So when they say the food comes, you're in Arafah, please, whatever comes, take it. What did they used to do? They used to gather the food we have. They take it to the African tent. Wallahi, you will go there, you see people. You will, if you are grateful, you will sujood 10 times, say, Allah, I thank you to even give me 1 pound. They don't have food to eat, they don't have somewhere to sleep. In Haram, you see them. Wallahi, maybe their Hajj is much more better than some of us. Wallahi, they struggle. The hotel that you go, sometimes air conditions, like we go to Arafah. Where's the air condition? Arafah, the air condition. These people, they don't even know air condition. They get burnt every single day and night. And some don't even fear Allah. They said, look, I pay. Can you pay for Hajj? Look at the money I pay. Look, after all that, look what I have. Ya Jama'ah, let's fear Allah. You cannot pay for Hajj. And I tell you the truth. Alhamdulillah, this year, check all the packages. Alhamdulillah, it's reasonable to us. Anyway, we're doing it for the sake of Allah. So, may Allah accept it. So please don't complain. And more importantly, if you don't know anything, ask. Ask. That's why the authorities are there. That's why imams are there. Ask questions. Don't do what you want to do as you like it. If you're shy, you don't want to ask in the public, call me, call anybody, or call the imams. Say, Sheikh, is you allowed to do this? Don't worry. I'll be there. Other people will be there. Other sheikhs will be there. Pray that I'll be there with you. So I will keep telling you, keep smiling. Huh? And then the other one. Everybody knows. Money. Money. Not finally. I'm coming. Because I was going to go to the passport, but I go first to the money. Money, for the Ministry of Hajj, everything has to be paid before you leave here by now. The money you pay, that's why at the beginning, whoever comes will tell you, immediately when you give a deposit, it's non-refundable. Because immediately, like for me, when they give me money, I pass it straight away. It's gone. You paid for Saudi, all your hotels. You pay for the quantity of people you have. Right? And then they book the hotels, they pay for this, they pay for your meal, all the meal, everything is included. Tickets, all. Right? Except your Qurbani. And not only your Qurbani, Allah will tell you that one in a minute before we close, you ask question, inshallah, is when we are leaving from Medina to Mecca. And Mecca as well to Jeddah. Why? Because so many women, immediately when they arrive today in Medina, Allahu Akbar, check the luggages. They are all 2 luggages are full. And they will not be afraid. They call Sheikh Yusuf, look how small and thin I am. Sheikh Yusuf, can you come and carry this for me? Hey, Jamal, feel sorry for me. That's what it is. By the time I told the Sheikh Madi, I said, Sheikh Madi, you know why I'm short? And Sheikh Madi said, why? I said, because I used to carry too many loads in Africa. I used to go to the market. These children, they don't carry, they are taller than me. So please, that's why we had to get extra truck. And that truck is not part of this one. So each and every one of us will have luggage, we have to put tip in to make sure we pay for that truck. Because you have extra luggage. Anyway, the Sheikh will talk about it now. He will tell you exactly what's going to happen. And he will tell you about the sacrifice, what we do. Right? Now the other one is the money. So please, normally by this time, everyone must have paid. By this time, everyone. Because we have to book everything here. Everything has to be booked there. But please, I'm asking you, try to see me as soon as you can. When I say as soon as, you see I'm looking at you, you understand Koro? Our secretary is there, our treasurer is there, Alaji Boy. Alhamdulillah, this year we have our Mu'adhin is going with us, Allahu Akbar. You see this year, you have the Mu'adhin calling Adhan here, you will be the one in the group calling Adhan again. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Do you know our Mu'adhin here? You don't know him? Our brothers, he's at the back. Al-Jari. MashaAllah. Al-Jari said, he will pray, so Sheikh Badi be on the plane. So going to see her, so you see Sheikh Badi as well in the plane. Hey, because Ajari has made a dua. Inshallah. So we see, inshallah, all this one around in front of you, you see them by the grace of Allah. So the passports, please, we want them now. It takes time for them to do the process. If you don't bring your passports on time, right now, then you have no one to blame but yourself. Please, I can't bring your money back home. I didn't even to pay my own rent. I have to work for that to pay. They can't tell me, give me my money. Exactly every time he said, oh gosh. I will sit there. They'll call back the boy to come and fight for me. We Allah make it easier. Yeah? So, and then for those who want to do Hajj Badal, we keep announcing this. I always organize as well Hajj Badal. Hajj Badal means if your parents or someone or brother or everyone, husband and wives, they've gone to the world beyond, someone, or they cannot even physically perform, they have the ability to do the Hajj, then someone can perform Hajj on their behalf. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. If anyone intend that, please try to make me, and then we'll arrange that. This is where we're going to stop today. Let me just go to Al-Jihad back to buttress on those two and tell you. But whatever question you have, please do ask spiritually, and then what's going to happen with logistics and etc. inshallah we'll be in position to answer to your dua, to your question. May Allah accept it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We thank Allah for making it possible for all of you to be here with us as part of the 2019 Hajj. Two things I want to touch on: the sacrifice and also the transportation. First, I will start with the sacrifice. The sacrifice is part of the Hajj we're going to perform, which is Hajj Tamattu. We do Umrah first, and then we do the Hajj from the 8th of Zulhijjah till whenever we finish in Mina and come back to Mecca. Normally what happens is that there are three streams of the Qurban. The first stream, as Sheikh BOADI mentioned earlier, is to buy your own sheep and slaughter it. And sometimes in Saudi you don't know what to do with the meat. You leave it rot on the road, on the pavement, and that's it, it's finished. So you've wasted the meat, you've wasted whatever people might have used to make good use of it in terms of nourishment. The second stream of that is what the Saudi government does. Saudi government, you buy a coupon. That coupon, they slaughter on your behalf, and then you don't see the meat, you don't do anything with it. After Hajj, they distribute it to the needy people outside the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The third one that we do, or that I normally recommend for our group, is in Saudi Arabia, there are poor communities of people from African descent. And they used to live in Malawi, in Shar Mansur. I don't know that most of you who have been to Saudi heard about Shar Mansur, Shar Sitin. It's a rundown area. Currently, the Saudi government is been demolishing the area, and some of them have been made homeless. They are people like us, but unfortunately for us, we are here. For them, fortunately, also they are there. Because in all situations, there is positives and negatives. So they are very poor to the core. Some of them, food to eat is a problem. During Hajj, they struggle to make ends meet by serving the pilgrims. So what we do is that our Qurbani, we get our money, we buy the sheep, we slaughter, and we give it to the head of the community there, and they distribute to the needy people. And they reserve 3 or 5 of the sheep. They cook for us good rice with meat, our Qurbani meat, and we eat, as part of what the Sunnah says. So these are the 3 streams, and those are the streams. The last one is what we recommend. At least our meat have gone to good use of the people within the community of Saudi Arabia and people from the African origin who do not have the means. Otherwise, the coupon one, the Saudi government do the slaughter for you, freeze it after Hajj, and they take it all over the world. But for the third one that we recommend, or I recommend, which we've been doing every year, is for us to do that. Last year, it was 495 riyals. Riyals to the pound now is 4.7. So 470 is equivalent to 100 pounds. But the sheep last year is 497, so nearly 500 riyals. For this year, normally, I don't tell people how much it's going to be until we get there. I speak with the community elders. I say this time round, how much is the sheep, basic one that is good for the slaughter for everybody, and then I announce the cost for you in Medina, and we collect the money. But on the rough estimate, it will be about 105 pounds or 100, 105, 110. So please make your 110 pounds ready on average. That is possibly how it's going to cost. We will collect it, write your name, and then get the Qurbani done on your behalf. And then we have, at the end of the Eid, when we come back from Mina, we have our rice and lamb for our Qurbani meat, and we eat, we enjoy the sacrifice before we go to our hotel in Hilton Hotel. So that's the first announcement. The second announcement I want to make is with regards to transportation. Saudi Arabia, all your transportation is included, but there are certain aspects of transport that is not included as part of the package. For example, from Medina to Mecca, Saudi Arabian government, Minister of Hajj, will provide us a transport, a coach, which will take 50 of us. That coach has no carrier. And imagine the airline gives us 2 bags each. People might like to make good use of the baggage allowance the airline gives you. By the time we leave Medina, each and every one of us will have 2 suitcases. Those 2 suitcases cannot be accommodated in the coach. So in that case, we need to hire a truck And that truck will then convey our luggages from Medina to Mecca on our behalf. So that is a separate charge, where what we do is that we get the cost of the truck and we share it among ourselves and we pay them. So we will collect that money from you when we know it. So you will bear in mind this amount of money is what you need to pay. Secondly, again, when we are leaving Mecca to Jeddah on our final leg that we are flying away, again they give us a coach, and that coach cannot carry most of our luggage. By then, those with 2 hand suitcases would have even gone to 3. Some of them have got 2 hand luggages to carry as well. So all these things cannot go into that coach. So again, we hire that truck. That truck will take care of our luggage from Jeddah through to Jeddah, from Mecca to Jeddah airport, safe and sound. Again, we collect money from yourselves to pay for that. It's not part and parcel of the package. Another important cost that you have to bear in mind is, after we finish Hajj, because Arafah is Hajj, which Sheikh BOADI will tell you next week, and then we come to Muzdalifah and spend the night there. The following morning we go to Mina and to Jamra. From Jamra we go to Makkah for Tawaf. Some people would like to go from Jamra to Makkah. That one is another cost of transportation that you have to bear yourself. If you're not interested in doing your Tawaf on that day, we will come back to Mina, we spend the rest of the 2 nights, and then when we get back to Makkah, that is when you go and do your Tawaf. Again, we will explain for you to understand more of it when the time comes. But these are on the 3 occasions where you will be asked to pay money for transportation. Another occasion where Sheikh mentioned you need to do a lot of charity. A lot of charity means most of those coach drivers that we have, who will be serving us from Medina to Mecca, Mecca to Jeddah, Medina for Ziyarah. They are immigrants also who are doing seasonal job for Hajj. So at the end of every trip, or when we finish, for example in Medina, when we finish our Ziyarah, or from Medina airport to the hotel, the driver will tell you, oh, bakshish, bakshish, meaning support me, give me some sadaqah. So again, that one is not compulsory, it's sadaqah. Whatever you feel you want to be generous enough, if it's 1 riyal, 2 riyal, 5, 20, 10, we gather together and we give it to the driver as a sadaqah, so that Allah will also accept our dua. Whatever intention, we gather those money and give it. So any coach ride that we do, we tend to do this collection. That one is not compulsory. If you have the means to chip in and support the driver, falillahi alhamdu, we thank you very much. But again, there are people who are very generous among us. Last year, for example, we had one of our Hujjaj, he gave 500 riyals as part of this sadaqah for the drivers. Because the drivers, mashallah, imagine somebody taking you from Medina to Mecca, a journey of 6 hours, they do 12 hours on the road. And they don't have any break. As soon as he takes you to Mecca, he goes back to Medina and bring another load. They don't have a rest. So we need to support them and make their life good, so that at least it is worthwhile monetarily, financially, so that at least when they go back home, their family will also benefit from whatever little we were able to give them. So in a nutshell, these are what I needed to explain to you, and again we will be explaining more of this as the session progresses. As Sheikh Yusuf said, if you have any questions, please feel free and let us know, and then we will endeavor to answer your questions for you. Thank you very much.
I want to go for Ziyarah by myself. I want to go to
No, that's okay. That's a very important question.
Sheikh BOADI asks if he wants to go for Ziyarah by himself. Normally, whatever you want to do on your